So they intentionally filed his teeth so that they became razor sharp. So when you want to understand the fascination with the gold grill of the black man's mouth, understand it goes back to Odubinga. In 1903, he was on display for white folks' entertainment in the Bronx Zoo. This is who we are dishonoring when we say that this stuff is just entertainment. I'm gonna bring it to a close. I need some technology to really do the thing I want to do. We'll see what happens. So back in the day, you walk into Know Thyself bookstore, and my Baba Del Jones makes a claim that I've since repeated, and every time I do this, people think I'm crazy. It's the movie Alien, it's 1979, and he said, you know, you just saw a rape and a lynching. And I'm like, nah, that's not what happened. So then he goes back and he shows the movie again. So first of all, I spent the last 20, 30 years trying to convince people that this is the alien. Y'all know that's a penis, right? We know that now, but at the time, people still thought that. This is from this book by this person called Necronomicon. Anybody know what necro means? When you see the word necro, you know they're talking about black or dead. Mm-hmm. So these are, and if you see here, you see the little goat with the ram's head. This is one of the pictures in there. If you want to come closer to, because you don't believe this is a penis, this is a penis. This is another one. This is a penis with a penis coming out of a penis. Mm-hmm. This is the actual stylized image of the alien that appeared in the movie. Just in case you didn't know he was African enough, he was actually a 7-foot African brother that played his part. Mm-hmm. All right? That's him on the scene here. This is again, white people's fantasy. Y'all better watch these people because y'all trusting them with your entertainment. But this is the Predalien, which is a combination of the Predator and the Alien that emerged from that series called Predator versus Alien. And if you know the Predator, what is unique about him? He's an African Zulu warrior. If you saw him, his stance was always like this with the spear, and he had the locks. All right, because they don't play. They're always working on two positions for black manhood. They either need to make you a threat, or they need to exoticize and fetishize you so that they can co-opt you. That's what they're doing to T'Challa. Fetishizing and exoticizing him in the African culture so that it works on behalf of white supremacy. If they can't use you that way, they get rid of you. That's why Koba dies, Caesar lives. That's why Biko dies, and Nelson Mandela lives. That's why Magneto's an enemy. That's why Xavier's a friend. That's why Njidaka is going to be an enemy because they can't fetishize him, so they got to make him a threat. That's why T'Challa is going to be a friend because he's going to be exoticized and fetishized. So again, that's a Predalien. I need this. Anybody know what this is? Another shout out to my brother Baba. First thing, one of the
turn it around so you ain't got to keep going around the whole table.
This is straight from Disney, and again, I want us to understand the role that Disney plays as well, because again, we're trusting people who don't have a legacy to be trusted with our minds, and they play with our children's minds historically. They've always done so. They're just razzle-dazzle and more covert with it, but we know their game. Anybody know what this is? The story is. This is Jumbo. Who is Jumbo?
Me.
This one is Jumbo. This is the mother. The mother's Jumbo. She's what kind of elephant?
Indian.
She's an Indian elephant. How do you know? Because Indian elephants have smaller size and smaller ears. They are more easily trainable than the African elephant, which is why you will rarely go to a circus and see an African elephant. Because African elephants break loose and they start running down the street. Okay. So this is the mothers in the circle. Why is she mad at this lady now? Because Dumbo sneezes and what? Well, he's not even called Dumbo at the time. The baby elephant sneezes and what happens? Man.
His ears expand.
His ears expand. And once his ears expand, as you can plainly see, he becomes Dumbo. Because now he's an African elephant. See, this is Disney. This is Walt Disney. Y'all love him. I know. Y'all gonna trust him with your children's mind. Next week, y'all gonna trust these mugs, this same history with your children's mind. They don't play.
Sheesh.
Let's go a little further. Walk in, my Baba Del Jones teaches about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. How many of y'all are familiar with them? Because I want to bring all this together, because they always on attack move. Y'all raising your hands like y'all scared. How many people are familiar with the Teenage Mutant Ninja? They done about 4 or 5 movies. They did the cartoons.
Cartoons, everything.
So stand up for me, young man. Come up front. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna say this the way, and I mean it. We ain't smart enough to be playing with white supremacy. They spend trillions of dollars on how to manipulate our mind, and we think we could wake up and wipe the sleep out of our eyes and walk in there and it just be entertainment. They don't put up $100 million for a movie just to entertain you. They don't play like that. So we got to stop acting like this is an accident, just entertainment. We don't know enough of our own history to even know when they're insulting us. That's my challenge. If we knew something and we put some work in, then I get the arrogance. We don't even know enough about our own history, our culture, our geopolitical position in this world right now to even act like we could go in there and just be entertained. They ain't playing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 101. Shout out to Bobby Dell Jones. Who are they? I know you know them.
They ninjas?
They ninjas. No, tell me who they are. Point to them and give me their names.
I only know, I don't know them by name, but I know their name.
All right, tell me their name.
Leonardo.
Leonardo.
Raphael.
You said one.
Donatello.
Donatello.
One more.
One more. Michelangelo. Who are they?
Brothers.
They're brothers. Who are they? You're about to hand over your mind to the very people who create this stuff, brother. Who are they? I'm going to show you how white supremacy don't play. Who are they, adults? Oh, no, I ain't talking about the turtles. I just named 4 names. Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. Who are they? They are the forefathers of the European Renaissance. The reason you worship the white Jesus is because of Michelangelo. The reason you draw 6.5 heads as height for a man, a Vitruvian man, is Leonardo da Vinci. Raphael is the sculptor. Donatello is the sculptor. Raphael is the physicist. They're the fathers of European enlightenment. You think that was an accident them white boys named them that? Do you think that's an accident? Is that just entertainment? You think he accidentally named those 4 Eternals after the founding fathers of the European enlightenment and Renaissance? Yes or no, people?
No.
All right. Who are their enemies? Wait, and their leader is who?
Splinter.
That's the rat, Splinter. Okay. And he's an Asian rat, right? Now, let's go up there to the top. What do you see, first of all? Before you tell me their names, describe who these 2 members of the Foot Clan are. What animals?
That's a rhino.
That's a rhinoceros. And the other one is a warthog. African warthog. Where are rhinos found? We're the only place rhinos found. Unlike the panther, where's the only place a rhino is found? Okay, thank you. Now, what are their names? It's right there. That's why I pointed to you. Work with me, brother. Bebop and Rocksteady. I'm talking to you. The African warthog is Bebop. How old are you?
14.
What is Bebop? Wow. And I'm just putting you on the spot. Don't have no shame. I'm going to mess with you. What is Rocksteady?
It's like a dance or something.
Oh, okay. Bebop. Raise your hand if you know. Raise your hand if you know. What is bebop?
Music, a style of
What kind of music?
hip hop. No, not hip hop.
John Coltrane, Miles Davis. Bebop is a style, one of the most prominent styles of jazz. When you talk about Miles Davis, you talk about Dizzy Gillespie, you talk about John Coltrane. Bebop, jazz, enemy. So now remember, founding fathers are intentionally named Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo. Rocksteady. What's Rocksteady? Hey, K!
Reggae, all that.
Thank you. Say it louder.
It's a form of reggae.
It's the predecessor to reggae. So when Bob Marley says roots, rock, reggae, he's telling you the procession how he got to be the ambassador of reggae. He's giving a shout out to roots music, rock steady, and reggae. You think they accidentally named them that?
No.
Oh, come on, don't do this. Yeah, just keep it from. Who's this? Another Asian. This is the leader of the Foot Clan. His name is Shredder. What's the other most prominent African American art form across the globe right now? We done diss jazz. We done diss reggae. What's the only other thing left to diss for black people?
Hip hop.
Rap?
Hip hop, rap. See, y'all don't remember when hip hop was actually called rap, and it really relied on the DJ. And the DJ actually had turntables, and on the turntables he would shred the record, shred the record. You don't remember when Jimi Hendrix would get on the guitar, the baddest boy in rock music, and what did Jimi Hendrix do on the guitar? He shredded. It's a cultural attack on the minds of our people. We don't get it because we think it's just entertainment. See, these mugs put work in before they bring it to your mind. You don't accidentally name your heroes Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. Shout out to my Baba who taught this to us. This changed my life. Because there's no way you could go home and say, you know what, they ain't mean that. Ain't no way you can go home and say, you know what, they ain't mean that. Ain't no way you can go home after you see that alien thing and say, you know what, they didn't mean that. They actually really do like me. They didn't mean to insult my culture. There's no way you go home and do that. Just the next one. Anybody know who this is? Who's this? That's Smurfette. That's the original Smurfette. Brown nose, black hair, darker. Gargamel makes her, drops her amongst the Smurfs to be a distraction. What happens? The Smurfs ain't feeling her. They ain't feeling her. They don't like her. She is reviled. Then Papa Smurf puts a spell on this Smurf and creates Smurfette, and all the brothers love her. These mugs don't play. We better stop playing.
Stay up there, brother. I love that. Your reaction is perfect.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Thank you. I just wanted.
Oh yeah, you might want to think of that.
I really wanted. Man, try to click this and see if it works, man. I just need this to work. This is the final scene of Alien. After you understand that the Alien, I really want to show where the director and the creator of the Alien image says this is a homosexual rape movie. The movie is about homosexual rape. It's about a predator, homosexual or androgynous being, and the way that he kills is how.
It's tell,
This
right?
is Alien,
It's
first
tell.
Alien.
I think I might have to go on the screen to do it.
Yeah, well, whatever you got to do, if you can get to that, that would be great. But if not, but I still want the image up because this is important. This is the last scene of the movie Alien. All right, and so one of the things I want to say to you all, but it goes back to my point to you about lynching was entertainment for white people.
Yeah.
Minstrelsy was entertainment for white people. So when you get 1979 and Aliens, when you already understand that the alien is a black penis, but he's a black penis that kills his victim by inserting, the first person he kills in the movie, he inserts penally through the back of the head and through the mouth. And the creator says, we were the first people to do a homosexual rape scene through a creature. And then he impregnates, he drops eggs, and the eggs then come out your chest. Y'all got that right? That's what the alien does. So he's a penis, but he implants eggs as a penis. So at the end of this movie, Sigourney Weaver, which is down here, is scared as I don't know what. And he's essentially trying to rape Sigourney Weaver. She injects him out the ship, and he gets caught. So he's hanging from the ship like a lynching. And then, for the coup de grace, what does she do? This is Alien, 1979. I know some of y'all saw that. It's the beginning of the Alien franchise.
She burned him up in the engine? Did he
Yeah,
get
she turns on the thrusters, and he essentially gets crispy and burnt, just like our ancestor here. Just like our ancestor here. These mugs don't play. We better stop playing. So we're going and thinking we're watching entertainment and we're reveling. So when I say to you, we're reveling in our ancestors' misery, we're spitting in their face, is because we are walking into a war unarmed. You might not be able to bring a gun. You might not be able to bring a machete. You might not have a grenade or a bomb, but you have your mind. And it's irresponsible for us to walk into what we know is weaponry and warfare without our minds intact. The attacks keep coming. This is 4 days ago when they're trying to convince you that Cher is Nefertiti. I mean, this has been rebuffed so long, but again, what they're doing, some of y'all go to church. There's a Bible verse that says, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Well, this is Black Panther, white supremacy giveth. But in real history, white supremacy taketh away. So they want you to ejaculate and fantasize over the fantasy while they're snatching your history right from under you.
Same week.
Same week. They ain't playing. We are. I gotta do this, man. I need help here. Somebody gotta tell me how we make this work, because I want to close on this. This is where the Panther, ironically, becomes important to me. And since we just off the Super Bowl, I'm gonna close on this one. We can just open it up for conversation, because I had a lot more I want to do.
Trying to bring up the video.
Yeah, I want the video to play, man, because it's important. If you can
Did you
make
connect it
that
to the internet?
I think that I am through my phone. That was my whole hope. But I gotta show this because it brings for me, hopefully, everything home. It ties in how white supremacy coordinates its attack. You can have a seat, my brother. Yeah, if you go back.
Like your expression.
Keeping it real. Actually, that's the call me letter that you can get that. So while he's doing that, I want to go back to black or white, because a lot of this is we forget. A lot of this is a function of our memory and our attention to design. Black and white. Everybody remember Michael Jackson's video, Black and White?
Yes.
All right, so we just coming off a Super Bowl and Philadelphians are losing their mind. And black or white to me is the thing that ties all of this together, because it premiered on the Super Bowl, if people remember. Do y'all remember?
Yeah.
It did.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, good. What else do y'all remember about it?
It starts with a panther in it. It starts with
Okay. Come on, man, you get close. It's a panther in it. So we got the Super Bowl, and we got a Black Panther. Ancestors just tied this all together. All right, so it premieres at the Super Bowl. It's Michael Jackson. He's coming off of his slump, and he's about to produce that comeback album. It has black or white on it. It has Remember the Time on it, where y'all lost your mind as he was in Egypt doing the dance and Magic Johnson and them fools. Even though the whole thing, I really want to do that for you, because y'all lost your mind and y'all didn't realize that he dissed us through the whole damn video. You got Iman, who was married to a white woman. Y'all gonna have a lot of people in Black Panther movie married to white people. Sitting on the throne next to Eddie Dan Murphy as the king. And Michael Jackson and his white ass come in like Moses, because he white by this time. He the white Mike. And he does some razzle-dazzle stuff, and he get a mind feeling all hot. She start liking him. That's the whole thing, is about him trying to woo a mind from the baddest bull in Egypt at that time, who could have snapped his fingers and had everybody killed. But little ass Michael Jackson gonna walk up there and do a spin, and all of a sudden, ooh, I like you. That's what it's about. Y'all know. Y'all remember. Y'all was there. Do you remember? They got that nice dance scene, everybody doing that Egyptian thing. But y'all saw Egypt in the background, and y'all lost your mind. Y'all like, this is Egypt. This is hot. Oh, Kimmy in black. And the whole video was a diss. But y'all got hype. Y'all act like y'all raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. I need an amen up there. Because I don't think my man ever gonna get to my video. So black or white, though, is the first thing that comes on. Black and white appears at the Super Bowl. If you don't get it, can you tell me black or white? Black and white, I'm telling you, is like Black Panther. Everybody and their mother was in it.
Yeah.
Just like Remember the Time. Everybody and their mama was in it. Macaulay Culkin. John Goodman. Y'all don't remember.
Yeah.
It's going to bring it all home. What is Macaulay Culkin doing at the beginning of the video? No, that's later. That's the midpoint. You're going to get he does rap. He's shredding on the guitar. With the sunglasses and the one glove. And his father is downstairs doing what? Watching the great American pastime called baseball.
Oh, baseball? Oh.
See, black people don't play baseball. So he's watching baseball. Macaulay's shredding. Now I want you to start from the beginning, man. So if you can project that onto that screen.
Yeah, it's just the internet access is slow.
Man. Anybody here got like a
The Wi-Fi's here.
Make it happen, man, because I need to close on this. This is like
Can you hold the camera?
I just want to play the video, black or white.
I connected my phone. I didn't know what he was going to do.
Well, that's what he's going to do, right? Yeah, he's going to do that. So I'm going to talk through this real quick until he does that. Because I want to close on this. Because this, for me, if we get this, we understand what we're about to walk into. Because white supremacy through its media is always attacking black culture. Even when they put black people up there, particularly when they put black people up there, they're attacking black culture. I hope you saw that when I did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I hope you saw it going back to Disney with Jumbo Dumbo. There are so many other things I can show you because they're attacking your Africanness and your blackness. All right? Black and white. And it's a Trojan horse because, again, the way they do it, they make us desire it through seduction. Then we go out. Michael Jackson's premiere of Black and White and the premiere of Remember the Time were the biggest video premieres of all time at that time. I don't even know that they've gotten close since. So what I wanted, okay, so we got it. You guys need to get, no. Do it. So yeah, if you could project that over there and make that happen.
Yours is full, so I to the top.
Just come on, hurry up.
All right, turn around.
Drag it over. Drag it to the other screen.
Yeah, they got to set it up first.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. It's there. Just make it bigger.
Now make it big. Make it big. Now go back to the beginning because you got to get the context. I got to be quiet. I need some volume. See if I can get more volume. If not, I need y'all to be quiet. So this is the parade. This is the Super Bowl. Remember, this premiered right after the Super Bowl in about 1991 or so. And it's about 10 minutes. So when we do this, I want you to pay attention. Afterwards, I'm just going to ask you what you saw, and then we're going to close out. So it's always white supremacy and the degradation of black culture.
Okay.
Hey, any of y'all remember this yet?
Yeah.
Because we don't pass these stories down, and so our young persons always got to start from zero again.
This.
Where's he going to end up? He's going to end up right in Africa. They don't play.
Your father's going to be
White
very
supremacy is
upset.
always working. No such thing as just entertainment. Wakanda. This is about 1991. Thank you. Listen to that yell throughout this whole piece. That's your signal. That's the Black Panther call for him throughout this whole piece. So they intentionally filed his teeth so that they became razor sharp. So when you want to understand the fascination with the gold grill of the black man's mouth, understand it goes back to Odubinga. In 1903, he was on display for white folks' entertainment in the Bronx Zoo. This is who we are dishonoring when we say that this stuff is just entertainment. I'm gonna bring it to a close. I need some technology to really do the thing I want to do. We'll see what happens. So back in the day, you walk into Know Thyself bookstore, and my Bobby Bell Jones makes a claim that I've since repeated, and every time I do this, people think I'm crazy. It's the movie Alien. It's 1979, and he said, you know, you just saw a rape and a lynching. And I'm like, nah, that's not what happened. So then he goes back and he shows the movie again. So first of all, I spent the last 20, 30 years trying to convince people that this is the alien. Y'all know that's a penis, right? We know that now, but at the time, people still thought that. This is from this book by this person called Necronomicon. Anybody know what necro means? When you see the word necro, you know they talk about black or dead. So these are, and if you see here, you see the little goat with the ram's head. This is one of the pictures in there. If you want to come closer to, because you don't believe this is a penis, this is a penis. This is another one. This is a penis with a penis coming out of a penis. Mm-hmm. This is the actual stylized image of the alien that appeared in the movie. Just in case you didn't know he was African enough, he was actually a 7-foot African brother that played his part. Mm-hmm. All right? That's him on the scene here. This is again, white people's fantasy. Y'all better watch these people because y'all trusting them with your entertainment. But this is the Predalien, which is a combination of the Predator and the Alien that emerged from that series called Predator versus Alien. And if you know the Predator, what is unique about him? He was an African Zulu warrior. If you saw him, his stance was always like this with the spear, and he had the locks. All right, because they don't play. They're always working on two positions for black manhood. They either need to make you a threat, or they need to exoticize and fetishize you so that they can co-opt you. That's what they're doing to T'Challa. Fetishizing and exoticizing him in the African culture so that it works on behalf of white supremacy. If they can't use you that way, they get rid of you. That's why Koba dies, Caesar lives. That's why Biko dies, and Nelson Mandela lives. That's why Magneto's an enemy. That's why Xavier's a friend. That's why Njidaka is going to be an enemy because they can't fetishize him, so they got to make him a threat. That's why T'Challa is going to be a friend because he's going to be exoticized and fetishized. So again, that's a Predalien. I need this. Anybody know what this is? Another shout out to my brother Baba. First thing, one of the
Turn it around so you ain't got to keep going around the whole table.
This is straight from Disney. And again, I want us to understand the role that Disney plays as well. Because again, we're trusting people who don't have a leg order. That's what was going on. That's what the Avengers is about. The New World Order.
Yeah.
Can't walk in an arm. Now, I'm going to tell you, we haven't been in that movie until now. Not that one. That's that. This is us. Now, this DVD is about us. Because there were some people who were saying, we ain't about that multicultural stuff. That ain't about us. And we got demonized in the image of that. White supremacy don't play. They spend millions of dollars on this video. So we're descending, number one, into where? Y'all see the gate, y'all see the cell, and y'all see the gutter. And that's Mike. So remember that aisle from the beginning. It gets transferred here. It's bad, Mike. Don't laugh because they get us through talent, because this stuff is talented. But while he's talented, he's dissing the hell out of us. In the hood. We down there with Oscar the Grouch now.
Right.
Yep, we home, baby. Oh, he ain't smart yet. We rioting now. Because this is what Black Panthers do when you don't contain them. But it's a different production. So you can get to this ending part there. Just like that. That's fine. Now check it out. But you also going to see him introduce some stuff. And my Baba Del Jones tried to say this man is playing with himself. But he's playing with himself masturbating in public as a woman. And y'all like, what? Y'all want to understand where a lot of the signals around sexual mixed messages come from. Watch. Because you want to act like I'm making, what's he doing? Because brothers don't play with themselves like that. And just in case you didn't see it, he's going to make sure you understood what he was doing soon. Now pay attention. I'm going to show you how good white supremacy is. Y'all see the swastika? All right, check it out. Yeah, I'm waiting for y'all to get smart on me. Somebody in here going to have to be smart enough to tell me what's going on right now. So he's fighting against racism, right?
Right.
All right. I'm going to show you how good white supremacy is. Watch him again. Just in case you ain't understand what he was doing. He going to let you know. I'm telling you, men don't play with themselves like that. These brothers don't play. Just in case you ain't get it. Yeah, you saw it. You saw that. Had to zip his pants back up. Y'all don't remember this?
Oh yeah. Not through these eyes, not through these lenses.
Yeah, I need y'all to do the corrective though, because I'm waiting for my old heads to tell me something. Yeah. This is the black part. That's became the, see, we gotta remember that Black Panther used to be a vilified symbol.
Yes.
Right? And so this is at a time when they're fighting for the New World Order, bringing all the cultures together. The voice was for the Africans to say, no, we want to hold on to our history. We don't want to honor Thomas Jefferson. We don't want to honor, it was called the Culture Wars. Mm-hmm. And we were seen as the biggest enemy to the unification of white supremacy and multiculturalism. So this video disses us. I'm going to show you how deeply it disses us more, because we're sleeping. If you really saw this, and he's going to disappear on you as the Black Panther. But he's still white, by the way. They don't play. Now, in that one, I want to go back. We're not going to show the whole thing. The only part, then it goes into the Simpsons. I tell you, they pulled out all the stops. They were not playing. Because they want you to show you that in white supremacy's mind, the impact that black culture has on white youth is to make them deviant, is to make them dysfunctional. Who told y'all that? That's Hitler's message as to why he reviled the Jews. Because the Jews, in his mind, were the conduit to black culture, reviling and destroying the Germanic high culture. Mm. The Jews and their predilection for jazz, the Jews and their predilection for African nigger music like the blues. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I want y'all to see. The problem is, most of y'all who saw this, y'all forget that KKK stuff, the Nazi stuff. Y'all remember that? The wetbacks? Yeah. It wasn't in the original. They censored that in after there was a pushback about what this was really about. What this was really about, KRS-One told you, it's called sex and violence. None of that stuff was in the original when it came on. When we saw it, he just was ripping stuff up. And they had to go back and justify it, so they censored it. And now they say the complete version is the one you saw. You got to dig to find the original. They ain't playing. We should stop. I'll just get to a scene so you can see it, that I'm not making it up. We're not going to play the whole thing. Just scooch it forward to when you start breaking stuff up. Unless y'all like seeing that again.
Right there.
Now he went breast. Just in case y'all didn't think he was playing with himself as a woman. Okay, here we go.
Nope, nothing on there.
Stop skipping it, bro. I want to see. There's nothing on there. You don't understand what I mean when I say that?
No.
Okay. Okay, I'll explain it to you. When he gets on top of the car.
Nothing on the wall, nothing on
He
the
might wanna
back.
close his eyes. Watch it. Watch
Nothing on
it.
the windshield.
Now stop it when he starts playing with himself so I can show you what I mean. When he... Hold up. Just let him get a good grab. Right there.
His hand.
Now, just excuse me, you're 14. Can you go outside for a minute?
It's little PJ.
Yeah, I know it's okay. I just don't want to take no chances. Now, what I mean is, I'm not a woman, and I can't admit to really playing with myself. But men, as we showed you in Aliens, have penises, right? So when men, you're not projecting this number, right? So
Get likes and all kinds of stuff.
a man's thing is a stroke. Okay. A woman's thing is a rub of the clitoris. Just in case you didn't know, mama. A man's thing is a stroke. A woman's thing is a rubbing of the. He's rubbing his clitoris. A one he should not have.
Move it forward.
Let him play.
All right.
I know you don't believe me.
That's
Right, go.
gyration.
Watch it.
One more game.
No, but this is speaking more so asexuality.
Yeah.
No, that's sex, bro.
No, I mean,
And just in case you didn't know he was doing it, watch.
Driving.
Because watch him zip up so that you get the message
Right.
that that's what he was doing. And y'all notice, ain't nothing on these walls.
Nothing on that window.
They don't play. So, and see, we're not equipped at the level that they are equipped to play with our minds. So we walk in arrogantly thinking that we can combat them with our, it's just entertainment. And they put work in on that. Look at it. They ain't got you there. Because brothers don't do this, man. I'm just... All right, you can come back in. I hit that awesome. Now, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I could be wrong. Sisters, can somebody in here give me an amen? That's whether or not.
You have a point, yes.
So you heard.
I just want to do this. Okay, I'm wrapping up. I gotta believe that at some point I made the point.
Yes, you did.
My point is real simple. Stop playing with them because they ain't playing with us. Let's not be at it. It's just sold out 2 theaters. Cool. But I would love for the people who are going to see this movie to go and say, okay, now I know I need to have my guard up.
Yes.
I'm going to enjoy it. I might pop some popcorn. But when, because not if, can you point out when they messing with us?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know your history, you don't know the context that you're operating in, you don't have anything to draw upon to be able to say, oh, I got that scene right there. I know what that was about. I know what I'm not cheering for that because I like the brother Chadwick Boseman. Is the reason he done played every other black hero up until this point. He's got us.
Yeah.
That's what they did with Denzel.
Yeah.
So by the time Denzel's at training day, he got us. We're in it. We're riding with him. We're already trapped in his narrative. You know who they really did that with and really stunned me? Got me good. Ving Rhames. We was riding with Ving in Rosewood.
Holiday Harbor.
We was riding with Ving in a drop squad and all this kind of stuff. Next thing you know, before Holiday Art, they bent them over in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, Pulp Fiction. Yeah, Pulp Fiction. Oh, yeah.
Broke him
Get
in
him,
Pulp
Judge.
Fiction,
Yeah.
and then transformed him in Holiday Heart. And if you've seen the other stuff outside of Holiday Heart, he was a fireman or something where he was gay in that. He's almost been gay in almost everything he's done since they bent him over in Pulp Fiction.
Wow, yes.
They don't play.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson
Michael and Prince.
and Prince.
Images of
About my friends now.
I'm gonna give you right, huh?
I heard somebody.
Yeah, because don't talk about no Prince. But oh yeah, we're gonna get to the conversation. I just want to close out. I just want to bring it home. Because again, I talked with my brothers today. Y'all heard me talk with Dave and them. I talked about what DC did to counteract Brother Man and the Black Independence Movement. They created their own niche market within the larger super show. This is DC's comic, Static. First one, look at him. X-hat, muscles. Y'all see that, right? I ain't playing. His name is Static, right? I think McDuffie is the one who penned this. Direct counter to Brother Man and them. What's important though is Static caught on and became what? A TV cartoon. Matter of fact, it's still on now. They rebooted it. This is who he became. He became Static Shock. Because Static is too black. No, Static. See, Static.
Yeah.
Don't start none, won't be none. That wasn't selling the white supremacy, so he became Static Shock. They took his muscles, they gave him a white best friend, and they whitened him. They whitened the brother. They neutered him so that he could be palatable to the white audience. I'm telling you it's going to happen to T'Challa. Because y'all think that we, as much as we selling out these theaters, they're going to make billions off of white people. I tell people like, I'm so worried about watching this around white people. I'm like, why? He's their hero. Just like Obama. Obama didn't get into office on y'all. We did what we do every time. We voted 96% Democrat. We turned out more. But what made Obama the president was white people. They choice architectured him and they crafted him to a conceited black man that white people can wrap their spirits around. That's going to happen to T'Challa. They don't play, we should stop. I'm going to close out with my point about inverted allegiance.